Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night, 2, 3, sometimes even 4 times, just to use the bathroom? And when the morning finally comes, instead of feeling rested, you feel drained, heavy, and even more tired than when you first closed your eyes? If you're nodding your head right now, you're not alone. Thousands of seniors go through this exact same struggle every single night. The frustration of constantly waking up, the feeling of dragging yourself out of bed in the dark, the restless tossing and turning when all you really want is a deep, peaceful night of sleep. Here's my honest confession. For the longest time, I believed this was just the way life had to be once you reached a certain age. Broken nights, endless trips to the bathroom, waking up groggy, then trying to make it through the day with half the energy you used to have. I thought it was simply part of getting older. But I was wrong. Because here's a fact that shocked me when I first learned it, and it might shock you too. Waking up multiple times at night isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. Interrupted sleep can slowly chip away at your memory, making it harder to focus and recall things you once never forgot. It can weaken your heart, affect your balance, and even increase your risk of falls. And here's the scariest part. It can actually shorten your life expectancy. That's how serious this is. This isn't just about sleep. It's about protecting your health, your independence, and your dignity. Think about it this way. For seniors, uninterrupted sleep is not a luxury. It's a lifeline. It's what keeps your mind sharp, your body strong, and your spirit calm. Without it, everything else in your life starts to crumble. Your energy, your mood, even your relationships. Because when you're tired, you're not yourself. But here's the good news. There's something simple you can do about it. Tonight, before you go to bed, you can rub just 3 spots on your body that have been shown to calm your bladder, relax your nerves, and help you sleep all night long without constantly waking up to pee. 3 spots. Just a few minutes of your time. No pills, no complicated exercises, just your own hands and a little consistency. And if you stay with me until the very end, I'll also share the supporting habits that make this technique even more powerful. Simple changes, like when to drink your last glass of water, how to release stress from your body, and what small evening rituals can prepare your mind for deep sleep. Put it all together, and you'll have a routine that can transform your nights and your mornings. Now, before we dive in, I want you to be part of this conversation. Be honest. How many times do you usually wake up at night to use the bathroom? Type the number in the comments below. You might be surprised to see how many other people are dealing with the same thing. And when you share, you also help someone else feel less alone. And I need to say this. If you're listening right now and you don't hit subscribe, what happens the next time you wake up at 2 a.m., exhausted and helpless? You'll remember this exact video, and you'll realize you could have been getting weekly guidance to prevent it. Don't be that person who looks back with regret. Don't wait until it's too late. Subscribe now, because every week, Elderly Spring brings you simple, natural, and effective ways to protect your health and your independence. So, are you ready to discover these 3 spots that can change the way you sleep forever? Let's get started. Let's start with the very first spot, the lower abdomen, just below your belly button. Now, at first glance, you might shrug and think, how could rubbing my stomach possibly help me sleep through the night without bathroom trips? But here's the truth. This simple area holds one of the most underrated secrets to bladder control. Picture this. Inside your body, there's a group of muscles called the pelvic floor muscles. They're like a hammock, holding your bladder steady. Over time, though, those muscles weaken, and when they weaken, the bladder starts to panic. It shouts false alarms, telling you it's time to empty even when it isn't. That's why you find yourself waking up 2, 3, or 4 times a night. Let me tell you about Mr. Harris, age 72. He was waking up almost every hour. He thought it was hopeless. He even stopped drinking water in the evening, but that only made him dehydrated and dizzy the next day. Then his granddaughter, a nurse, taught him a nightly trick. Gentle massage in circular motions right over his lower abdomen. At first he laughed at the idea, But after 2 weeks of doing it consistently, he went from 6 nightly bathroom trips to just 1. And by the 3rd week, he had his first full night of uninterrupted sleep in over 5 years. The science behind this is powerful. Gentle massage increases blood circulation to the muscles around your bladder. It signals the nervous system to relax, reducing spasms that cause sudden urgency. Think of it like calming down an overexcited child. You don't shout louder, you soothe gently. That's exactly what the massage does for your bladder. Now here's the misconception. Most people think harder pressure is better. They dig their fingers in, trying to fix the problem quickly. But the bladder isn't a muscle you can force, it's a muscle you persuade. The gentler you are, the better it responds. 5 to 10 minutes of soft, clockwise circles every night will do more for you than pressing hard for 30 seconds. Another common mistake is doing it only once or twice and giving up. This is like brushing your teeth. You wouldn't expect healthy teeth from brushing once a week. You need consistency every single night as part of your bedtime ritual. And here's something families can do. If you're a caregiver, you can assist your loved one by warming a towel, laying it across their lower abdomen, and guiding their hand as they massage. That warmth plus gentle motion creates a double effect. Muscles relax, nerves calm down, and the bladder eases. Imagine how different your mornings could feel if you practiced this consistently. Imagine opening your eyes to sunlight, not to bathroom urgency. Imagine having breakfast with energy, not grogginess. That's the promise this first spot holds. Think about it. People who don't subscribe will keep suffering silently, while others here get life-changing routines every week. Which group do you want to belong to? If you'd rather complain later in the comments, that's your choice. But if you want change, subscribe now. Now let's move to the second spot, the soles of your feet. I know what you might be thinking. What do my feet possibly have to do with my bladder? It sounds strange, almost too simple. But here's the surprising truth. Your feet are not just for walking. They are like hidden control panels, filled with thousands of nerve endings that connect directly to different organs in your body, including your bladder and your kidneys. Think about it. Every step you take, every time your feet press against the ground, signals are being sent up through your nervous system. And for centuries, ancient healers and modern therapists alike have used this hidden connection. It's called reflexology, a practice of gently pressing specific points on the feet to calm the nervous system and improve how your organs function. Let me tell you a story that really stuck with me. Margaret, a 68-year-old widow, had been struggling for years. She was embarrassed about her bladder issues, and worse, she felt helpless. She hated sleeping over at her daughter's house because she was afraid of waking up the whole family with her constant bathroom trips. She avoided traveling, saying, "I just can't handle it anymore." But one day, a friend of hers convinced her to try something unusual, nightly foot massage, focusing on the arches and inner heels. Margaret almost laughed it off. "Massaging my feet? That can't possibly help my bladder." But she gave it a try anyway. And here's the amazing part. After just a week, she noticed she was sleeping 5 hours straight, something she hadn't done in years. By the second week, she slept through the entire night. No interruptions, no rushing to the bathroom, no shame, just peace. Now here's why it works. When you press the arch of your foot, you're not just soothing your skin, you're sending calming signals through your nervous system directly to your bladder. It's almost like flipping a switch from alert to relax. And once your body relaxes, your bladder stops sending those false, urgent signals that wake you up again and again at night. But here's where many people get it wrong. They rub their feet randomly and wonder why it doesn't help. The real magic lies in pressing the right spots, slowly, gently, and with intention. The inner arch, just below the ball of your foot. This spot is closely linked to bladder control. The heel area, connected to lower body circulation, which is critical for relaxing your pelvic muscles. The soft space beneath your toes. This area calms the nervous system, telling your brain and bladder it's safe to rest. If you massage these areas for just 5 to 7 minutes per foot, especially with warm hands or soothing oils like lavender or chamomile. You send a wave of calm throughout your entire system. And here's a little trick. Warm your feet first by soaking them in a basin of warm water for 5 minutes. This softens the skin, boosts circulation, and makes the massage twice as effective. Imagine ending your day by dipping your feet in warm water, drying them with a soft towel, and then giving them a gentle massage. It's not just a routine, it's a ritual of self-care. And let's be honest, it's not only about bladder control. Foot massage reduces stress, improves circulation, eases leg pain, lowers blood pressure, and even reduces swelling in the ankles. Seniors who make this part of their nightly routine often report not just fewer bathroom trips, but also deeper, more restorative sleep. Think of it this way. You could spend your nights rushing back and forth to the bathroom, losing precious rest, or you could spend just 5 peaceful minutes massaging your feet and then drift into uninterrupted sleep. Which sounds better to you? And here's something else to consider. When you massage your feet, you're also reconnecting with your body. So many seniors tell me they feel disconnected, like their bodies are betraying them. But this simple act of caring for your feet sends a message. My body is still mine. I can still take control. That emotional shift alone is powerful. So don't dismiss it as silly. Science, history, and real-life stories all point to the same truth. Your feet hold the key to better sleep. Here's the truth. Most people wait until the problem gets unbearable before they act. If you don't subscribe, you might be one of them. And when you're back here desperate for solutions, you'll wish you clicked sooner. Why wait until regret hits? Hit subscribe now. Now let's move to the third spot, one most people completely overlook, the lower back. This area might not seem like it has much to do with your bladder, but in reality, it's one of the most important keys to finally getting restful sleep. Why? Because right here, just around your kidneys and along your spine, lies the control center for your bladder function. Think about it this way. Your kidneys and your bladder are like best friends. They talk to each other all day and all night. Your kidneys filter the blood, your bladder stores the urine, and together they keep things balanced. But here's the hidden catch. If the muscles in your lower back are tight or inflamed, they squeeze down on the very nerves that control your bladder. And when those nerves get irritated, they start sending the wrong signals. Urgency, pressure, discomfort, especially at night when your body should be at rest. I'll never forget Mary, a 70-year-old retired teacher I once spoke with. She was struggling with 2 problems, back pain and constant nighttime trips to the bathroom. But she thought they were completely separate issues. She used to say, "My back is my back, and my bladder is my bladder." She never made the connection. But when she finally learned to gently massage her lower back every night with a warm towel and slow circular motions, everything changed. Within a week, Mary noticed not only that her back pain was easing, but that she was no longer waking up every 2 hours to rush to the bathroom. By the second week, she told me with tears in her eyes, "I slept through the night for the first time in 10 years. Imagine that, 10 years of broken sleep, restored by giving attention to the lower back. Here's how you can do it. Place both palms on your lower back, just above your hips. Move them in gentle circles, clockwise and then counterclockwise, for about 5 minutes. Don't rush. The slower you go, the more your muscles release. If it's hard for you to reach, no problem. Lean your back against a wall, place a tennis ball or a small cushion between you and the wall, and slowly roll up and down. That rolling pressure gives your back the same relief as a massage. And here's a little secret. Warmth makes all the difference. Use a heating pad, a warm compress, or even a towel dipped in warm water and wrung out. Place it on your lower back for a few minutes before massaging. That warmth melts tension, increases blood flow, and prepares your muscles to let go. It's like telling your body, "It's safe now, you can relax." Now, the mistake most people make? Ignoring their back altogether. They focus only on the bladder. They drink less water, they try herbal teas, they buy supplements, but they never think about the nervous system in their spine. But here's the truth. Your bladder doesn't work alone. It's connected to your kidneys, your spine, your muscles, your nerves. Treating just the bladder is like trying to fix a lamp without plugging it into the wall. You need to treat the whole system, not just the symptom. And the benefits go beyond bathroom trips. Lower back massage relieves stiffness, improves posture, reduces tension in the hips, and even helps you breathe better when lying down. Seniors who make this a nightly ritual often say the same thing. My whole body feels lighter, calmer, ready for rest. So picture this. You're lying down at the end of the day. You take a warm towel, press it gently against your lower back, feel the heat seep in, then begin slow circular motions. Within minutes, the ache eases, your muscles soften, and the pressure on your bladder melts away. You close your eyes, turn on your side, and instead of jolting awake in 2 hours, you sleep deeply, peacefully, until morning. That's the power of this spot. And let me ask you, what would a full night's sleep mean for you? More energy in the morning? Less grogginess during the day? A sharper memory? Even something as simple as enjoying breakfast without feeling drained? All of that starts with releasing the tension in your lower back. These 3 spots we've talked about, the abdomen, the feet, and the lower back, are powerful on their own. But here's the truth. When you combine them with the right habits, the results don't just add up. They multiply. It's like watering a plant. Massage is the seed, but these habits are the sunlight and soil that make it grow strong. Let's begin with the first one, hydration timing. Most people either drink too much water too late or not enough during the day, and both are a recipe for restless nights. Maybe you've done this before. You forget to drink water all day, and then around dinner or bedtime you gulp down 2 or 3 glasses because you're worried about dehydration. What happens next? At midnight, your bladder wakes you up knocking on the door. The trick is balance. Think of your hydration like a steady river, not a flood. Drink small amounts regularly throughout the day, morning, noon, and afternoon, so your body stays hydrated without needing a late-night top-up. Then cut back at least 2 hours before bedtime. That way, your bladder isn't overloaded right when you're trying to rest. Seniors who make this shift often notice immediate changes: fewer nighttime interruptions, less urgency, and a calmer, more reliable bladder. Now, the second habit, evening rituals. Your body thrives on rhythm. Just like children need bedtime routines, adults, especially seniors, need them too. If you go to bed without winding down, your nervous system stays wired, your heart rate stays high, and your bladder stays jumpy. But when you send your body clear signals, it's bedtime now, it's safe to rest, your whole system follows. What does this look like? For some, it's a warm shower that loosens the muscles. For others, it's listening to soft music, reading a favorite book, or whispering a prayer of gratitude. Maybe it's dimming the lights and sipping on a calming tea. These small rituals are like lullabies for your body. Skip them, and your mind may keep racing long after you close your eyes. But with them, you're not just preparing for rest, you're preparing your bladder to relax too. Now on to the third habit, food awareness. What you eat at night can either calm your body or agitate it. Heavy dinners, spicy food, salty snacks, caffeine, alcohol, these all irritate the bladder and make it more likely to wake you up. Imagine eating a heavy plate of fried food late at night. It sits in your stomach like a stone, pushing on your bladder, making your body work overtime instead of resting. But choose light, soothing meals, like steamed vegetables, a small piece of fish, or a warm bowl of oatmeal, and your system feels peaceful, not pressured. Even swapping coffee or soda for chamomile tea in the evening can make a huge difference. Chamomile calms both the stomach and the nervous system, giving your bladder a break. The message here is simple. Don't sabotage your sleep with what's on your plate. And the fourth habit, gentle movement. So many people eat dinner and then sit all evening until bedtime. But here's the problem. When food sits heavy in your stomach and digestion slows down, it creates pressure on your bladder and your whole lower body. A simple solution? Take a short walk after dinner. Even 10 minutes around the block or pacing slowly inside your house signals your body to digest, circulate blood, and release tension. I remember a gentleman named Robert, 74, who started taking short evening walks with his wife. He told me, "At first it felt pointless, but after 2 weeks I realized I wasn't waking up every 2 hours anymore." That's the power of movement. It doesn't need to be long, it just needs to be consistent. Now, here's the best part. These habits, hydration timing, evening rituals, food awareness, and gentle movement, don't just help your bladder, they improve your whole life. Seniors who commit to them notice brighter mornings, sharper memory, calmer moods, even fewer aches and pains. It's a complete reset for your nights and your days. And if you want step-by-step guidance, that's exactly why we created the Elderly Spring Sleep Wellness Kit. Inside, you'll find a simple day-by-day routine that shows you exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to track your progress. It's designed to make your nights calmer and your mornings brighter. The link is right there in the description if you'd like extra support. Look, if you can watch this long, it means you care about your health, so why wouldn't you subscribe? If you're not serious, maybe drop a comment saying why, because honestly, I can't understand why anyone would pass up free weekly tools to sleep better. Now let's pause for a moment and really sit with this. Because if you're listening right now, I know one thing for certain. You felt the frustration of broken nights. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your parent. Maybe it's a spouse who tosses and turns beside you. But you've seen it. That cycle of getting up, stumbling to the bathroom, crawling back into bed, only to repeat it again an hour later. It's exhausting, not just physically, but emotionally. It wears down your patience. It makes you dread bedtime, and it steals something that should feel sacred, your rest. I've spoken to seniors who tell me, "I don't even look forward to sleeping anymore. I see the bed, and I already know it's going to be a battle." And that breaks my heart. But here's the truth you need to hear. It doesn't have to stay this way. Night after night of frustration is not a life sentence. Those constant bathroom trips, they're not just aging, they're signals your body is sending, asking you to give it a little help, a little care, a little attention in the right places. And that's why these 3 spots, the abdomen, the feet, the lower back, matter so much. They're not just techniques, they're acts of self-care, acts of saying to your body, "I see you, I hear you, I want to make it easier for you." And when you add in the habits, the hydration, the rituals, the food awareness, the gentle movement, you're creating an environment where your body finally feels safe enough to let go. Think about this. How many years have you accepted poor sleep as normal? How many mornings have you woken up groggy, dragging yourself through the day, blaming age for every ache and foggy thought? What if, starting tonight, you decided not to accept it anymore? I want you to imagine this. Just picture it clearly in your mind. Tonight, you give yourself 5 minutes. You rub your abdomen gently. You massage your feet slowly, with care. You warm your lower back and let the tension melt away. You follow it with a quiet ritual. Dim lights, no late caffeine, a soft prayer, maybe even a short walk after dinner. You climb into bed, not with dread, but with calm. And then, you sleep. Not broken, not restless, but deep, steady, healing sleep. You wake up hours later, surprised that morning came so quickly. You stretch, you smile, and you realize, I actually rested. That moment is priceless, because here's what better sleep really means. It's not just about avoiding bathroom trips. It's about getting your life back. It's about sharper memory, more energy to play with your grandkids, more patience to laugh instead of snapping, more strength to walk without fear of falling. It's about independence. It's about dignity. Yes, it's hard to admit when sleep has been stolen from you, but instead of seeing it as a curse, see it as a challenge you now have tools to overcome. This is not about perfection. You don't need to fix everything in one night. Small steps matter. Even one less trip tonight is progress. Even one deeper stretch of rest is a victory. So don't wait until things get worse. Don't keep telling yourself, "This is just aging." That mindset only robs you of the peace you deserve. Instead, choose action tonight. Choose care. Choose to try these spots, to honor these habits, and to give yourself the gift of better nights. And I want you to hold on to hope. Because seniors who thought they would never sleep through the night again, they have. I've heard their stories, some after a week, some after a month, but they all started by simply trying. That's where transformation begins, not in wishing, but in doing. So as we move toward the final part of this video, I want you to take this with you. You are not helpless, you are not stuck, and you are certainly not too old to change. Every night is a chance to rewrite your story, and tonight could be the night you start. Now, before we close, let's pause and look back at what you've learned in this journey. Because sometimes, when you hear so many tips, it helps to step back and see the full picture. We uncovered 3 powerful spots on your body that most people never even think about. The first, the lower abdomen. A place where gentle circular massage doesn't just relax muscles, but sends a calming message to your bladder. For so many, this alone could mean fewer trips in the night. The second, the soles of your feet. Strange at first, but once you understand the nerves running through them, you see why ancient practices like reflexology have lasted for centuries. Your feet are like switches. Touch them with intention, and you quiet the bladder's restless signals. And third, the lower back. A forgotten region, yet one that holds the key to relaxation. Tightness there irritates the nerves that connect to your bladder. Release that tightness, and suddenly your nights feel calmer, your sleep deeper. And on top of these 3, you've now seen the habits that tie it all together. Hydration timed right, lighter evening meals, soothing nightly rituals, a short walk, dimming the lights, calming your mind before you close your eyes. Small choices, but together they form a shield around your sleep. So here's my question for you. Of all these spots and habits, which one will you try tonight? Don't just think it, say it. Write it in the comments. Will you start with the abdomen? Will you massage your feet for 5 quiet minutes? Or will you take a tennis ball and roll it against your lower back? Because here's the truth. When you declare your choice, even to strangers online, you're more likely to follow through. And when others see your comment, they'll feel encouraged to try too. You're not just helping yourself. You're helping someone else who might be scared or skeptical. And while you're here, let me gently remind you, don't let this be the last time we meet. If this message has spoken to you, if even one part of it gave you hope, then make sure you hit subscribe, because every single week, I bring you more tools like this. Tools to help you age gracefully, to rest more fully, and to live each day with energy and calm. Think of it as joining a family of people who are refusing to let age steal their peace. Now, I want to talk about something special I prepared for you, the Elderly Spring Sleep Wellness Kit. Why did I make it? Because I know that for many of you, watching one video isn't enough. You want a clear plan. You want to know what to do first, what to do second, and how to track if it's really working. This kit is designed exactly for that. It's a guide you can follow at your own pace. It includes step-by-step routines, soothing exercises, dietary tips, and practical reminders that fit easily into your evening. Imagine it as a roadmap that leads you from restless nights to calm, restorative sleep. No guessing, no confusion, just a system you can trust. Think about it. How many nights have you already lost to frustration? How many mornings have you dragged yourself out of bed wishing you felt alive, wishing you felt rested? The truth is, every night matters. And the longer you wait, the harder it feels to recover. But here's the good news. You don't have to wait anymore. You can start tonight. But before I finish, I need to be real with you. If you've made it this far into the video, it means you care about your health. It means you're serious. So don't let all this knowledge go to waste. Don't let tonight end with you saying, maybe later, because later rarely comes. Most people wait until the problem gets unbearable before they act. And by then, they've lost months, even years, of peaceful sleep they could have had. So here's my challenge to you. Subscribe right now. Leave a comment tonight. And if you're ready for a real transformation, check the description for the Sleep Wellness Kit. Let this be the moment you draw the line in the sand and say, I refuse to keep suffering in silence. And let me leave you with this final thought. Picture yourself 1 month from now. You're lying in bed, and instead of tossing and turning, instead of running to the bathroom, you sleep. Deeply. Peacefully. You wake up to the morning sun, refreshed, smiling, with energy you haven't felt in years. That future is waiting for you, but only if you take action now. So don't leave this video with regret. Don't let another night slip away. Take the step. Subscribe today. Choose one of the 3 spots to try tonight. And open the door to calmer nights and brighter mornings. You deserve it. Truly, you deserve it. You